Hi. Welcome to this video. I would like to say that there might be some errors in spelling, grammar, voice, or other kind of mistake. I would be glad if you could ignore it or correct me in comments so I can improve my English and not repeat my mistakes. Also, none of the characters, pictures, or GIFs in the video are mine. All credits to the authors. In this video there shouldn't be any kind of 18+ stuff or vulgarism. In the beginning I would like to inform you about the differences in this series. 𝒕ℍ is actually a singer in America. He is a little bit older than in canon, 17 or 18 I didn't decide yet, and a little bit taller, around 168 centimeters. He also has a younger and older sister that is already finishing college. Do you understand all of what I just said? Yes, Ms. Collins, I understand. There was a brief moment of silence on the other side of the phone before Ms. Collins said something. All right, I will believe you, but you have to promise me that you will stick up to your schedule and follow the rules. Understand? Yes, I understand, and I promise I will. After all, this is my first time having a break, even if it's not absolutely free. 𝒕ℍ, I know you have had a lot of work lately, but you can't just forget who you are and expect normal vacation. I'm sure you understand it and will keep it in your mind. That's why I will arrive after I finish all of my work here. Till then I fully trust you and your sense of responsibility. I know, and I'm truly grateful to you, Ms. Collins, said 𝒕ℍ hastily because he felt guilty for being so selfish and acting ungrateful and childish. He finally has had a chance to take care of things with his own hand, and Ms. Collins put all her trust into him, but now he was thinking and acting like some kind of selfish kid. That made him feel really bad. Suddenly laughter could be heard through the phone. Oh, 𝒕ℍ, don't get me wrong, I'm not scolding you. I'm just reminding you why you need to take care of things responsible, and mainly you need to take care of yourself. Don't forget that. Yes. I want you can trust me, said 𝒕ℍ, full of new energy spreading through him. He just needs to trust himself and that he can do it. Nothing more was needed from him. After all, this was his vacation time for his break. Ms. Collins waited a little before speaking again because she knew that 𝒕ℍ was probably thinking about something on the sideline again. All right 𝒕ℍ, I need to end the call. Be careful on your way and don't forget to inform me through email about how you're doing. Also call me if you need anything or something happened. I'm here for you 24 hours a day. At least I will try. Thank you, Ms. Collins. Don't worry, I will. Bye. 𝒕ℍ ended the call because he knew Ms. Collins would do it without farewell anyway. He got out of the car and grabbed his suitcase. He walked into the airport. Mom, your phone is ringing. Look who is calling. 𝒕ℍ's mom shouted while chopping the vegetables in the kitchen. It's Eni-chan. Can I pick it up? Shoyo? I thought he would call me tomorrow evening, she thought to herself. Can you first take the phone here? Yes, Mom. Natsu ran into the kitchen with the phone and handed it over to her mom while pouting a little. Don't worry, sunshine, I will let you speak to your brother, but let me answer to him first so I can help if something happens, all right? Said 𝒕ℍ's mom while taking the phone from her pouting daughter and patted her on her head. All right, said Natsu happily and ran over to the chair right next to the table. 𝒕ℍ, sweetie, did something happen? Do you need help or you're just calling because you want to hear us? Hi Mom, don't worry, nothing bad happened. That's great, I'm glad. So why are you calling us? Has your training not started yet or do you have a break? Asked 𝒕ℍ's mom and looked at the clock to see what time it was around 22 p.m. so it looked like he was having a longer break and decided to call them. Looking at the time, you must be having a break in your morning training, right? Natsu in the meanwhile jumped off the chair and came closer to Mom, waiting for her to hand over the phone. She heard that nothing happened, which means she gets to speak to her Eni-chan soon. Not exactly. No, I'm not having a break. Oh really? Then you have a free day today? And you didn't tell us. We would try to reschedule our time so that we could talk a lot more. No Mom, I'm not having a free day. He paused in the middle of the sentence and then continued confidently, I actually take vacation and I'm going home. When he finished the sentence, his mom dropped the knife in surprise and took the phone, which was on speaker, to her hands. She was trying her best not to get too excited and don't cry. Natsu couldn't really understand the situation, but she knew that there was a possibility she would see her brother again and not through a face call, which made her excited. Wait, they finally permitted you to have a break? Are you sure your carrier will be okay? You know we will wait till they say it's okay, right? We can visit you ourselves. Yes, Mom, I talked about it with the president of the company and my manager. They said I need to of course attend some matters in Japan so my population will not drop to 0, but otherwise there should be problems. I'm assuming Ms. Collins is coming with you, right? Will she need a place to stay? If so, she can definitely stay at our house. No Mom, Ms. Collins is not going with me. She will arrive later. Later? Wait, never mind, you will tell me later. When are you going to arrive? And how long will you stay? We can talk about the details of picking you up and such later. Actually, when we are talking about arriving, I'm here. At the door. Can you please open me up so we can talk about how long I will stay and everything else inside? For a moment, absolute silence spread through the room, then Natsu sprinted to the front door to open her Ni-chan. Her mother also ruined the short distance to the opening front door. Hi sunshine. How are you? Shoyo was standing at the front door with his suitcase right beside him and was warmly smiling at them. He was a lot taller and has changed from what he looked the last time they saw him face to face, but it was their Shoyo so it didn't really matter to them. The first one to get out of shock was Natsu, and she jumped right onto him laughing out loud. Ni-chan. I missed you. Hinata's mom wiped a tear that had escaped from the corner of her eye. She was so happy to see her son again. Finally, she has had once again both her children together. She waited till Hinata turned with Natsu around and put her back on the floor, and then she tightly hugged him. Hi Mom, said Hinata and hugged her back as he felt all the longing in him disappear. They stood there in a hug for almost 2 minutes before Hinata's mom said something. I'm glad that you're back. Even if it's only for a while. She whispered as her worries slowly despaired from her mind. Yeah. I'm home, said Hinata as he breaks the hug, looking at her mother in her watery eyes. He picked up Natsu and put her on his hand as he took the suitcase. Let's talk inside so you can tell us everything. Hinata was laying in his bed with his sister sleeping beside him, hugging his arm. He was looking at the ceiling and thinking about what happened today. It was almost 5 a.m. and he knew that he could stay up a little late because he finished talking with his mother around 4 a.m. It was obvious that tomorrow the first one to awake would be Natsu, that fell asleep around 2 a.m., but he believed she would also sleep till the time of the lunch. He felt really happy and relieved that he got to see his family and be with them for a while. He hoped that everything could go according to the plan so he would be able to stay there as much as he could. His eyes started to slowly close, so he decided to finally go to sleep because he knew that tomorrow would be a tiring but happy day. Ni-chan. 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 Wake up. It's time for lunch. Hinata growled as he turned to the other side, still half asleep. Natsu punted. Don't ignore me, she shouted as she jumped onto him. Hinata winced as he fully awakened and surprisedly looked at his little sister. He really wasn't used to it. You're finally awake. It's time for lunch. She smiled at his sister with closed eyes. Wait. Natsu, can you get up? I can't breathe properly. All right, she answered and got off him. He sat on his bed and started stretching as his sister ran out of his room. She really grew up, otherwise this wouldn't hurt so much, he whispered to himself while massaging his sore hip. Then he started to prepare himself for a new day. It took him around 10 minutes to get ready, and then he walked downstairs to get something to eat. When he got into the kitchen, he saw his mother staying in front of the cooker cooking pancakes. Hinata couldn't help but smile widely. Good morning, Mom. Thank you for making breakfast. He greeted his mom with a kiss on the cheek. Good morning, sweetie. Lunch is on the table, eat with your sister as much as you want, after all you didn't have breakfast. His mother warmly smiled at him and then continued cooking as he went to the table. He sat down and put some pancakes on his plate as he smeared them with jam. His sister was already eating, looking like a chipmunk. He chuckled to himself and also started to eat. After a few minutes their mother sat down and also ate some of the pancakes. So, what are you planning on doing today? started his mother conversation after they ate and began to harvest dishes. I don't really know yet. You probably already have some plan for 𝒉 and you, right? That's right. I'm taking 𝒉 to her friend for a sleepover while I will be having some coffee with her friend's parents, she said, and then sighed. 𝒉𝒃 knew they probably would have some plan already and he wouldn't be able to spend time with them. After all, he arrived on the weekend. But he couldn't help but wonder what he would be doing. He didn't really want to spend all his time inside and he hadn't had any plan till Monday. 𝒉𝒃's mom noticed her son had zoned out and smiled to herself. How about you go for a little walk and look around? It has been quite a while since you have been in Japan, she suggested, and continued to wash the dishes. How come I didn't get this idea? He thought to himself. Mom, that's a great idea. That's exactly what I will do when you leave. All right, just don't get lost. I won't, I promise. 𝒉𝒃 said goodbye to his mother and 𝒉 and went to look around the neighborhood. It was a little nostalgic for him. He wasn't around for quite a while. Maybe around 3 years? The place was still the same, but there were some differences. For example, there were some renovated houses, new people living in houses, and unfamiliar garden decoration. He felt a little weird, as if he was walking through a place he used to live in but was no longer part of his life. But that was stupid. He grew up here and his family lives here, so of course he lives here too. At least technically for now. I will be spending here some time, so this feeling will disappear sooner or later. He calmed himself down and smiled a little. A lot of thought flowed through his mind as he was walking down the way. He was just enjoying this moment to the fullest. Tonight, his sister wouldn't be at home and his mother wouldn't come home until late afternoon, so he has had some time to think about things that needed to be taken care of. On Sunday he will spend some time with Mom and 𝒉, and that will probably take the whole day. Then his plan on Monday was clear and there wasn't any schedule too, so that was clear. On Tuesday Ms. Collins sent him information about the meeting. Then in the afternoon he would have some photo shoot. For the rest of the week till the weekend he had a clear schedule. At least for now, so he could maybe do something for fun. The problem was that he didn't know what he could do and he didn't really have much friends around, so he couldn't just hang out with them. Of course, he probably will with those he has, but still. I can't bother them because I'm bored. They have school after all and probably will not even have time. After all, they don't know I'm here yet. Well, I will just think about this later, he thought to himself as he sat on the bench in the park. 𝒉, we need to go now. Mom is waiting for us. All right, do you have your sweets? Yes, said 𝒉 and showed him a package of sweets in her hand. All right, let's come to get Mom. She is waiting for us in front of stairs on the first floor. Okay. 𝒉 smiled and grabbed 𝒉𝒃's hand, walking next to him on the stairs. Are we going to buy the clothes now? That's right. Do you have anything in mind that you need or want? 𝒉 thought about it for a while. 𝒉𝒃 looked at his sister and smiled as she struggled. He knew that she realized that the primary thing is what she needs, not what she wants. But she wasn't really aware of anything she needed. I don't think I need anything right now. It's all right. Mom thinks you need some new boots for sport because the one you have are overused, I think. Oh, that's true. They walked down. Hi Mom. Did you get what you needed? Yes, sweetheart. Thank you for taking care of your sister for me. That goes without saying, plus 𝒉 was really good. He looked at 𝒉 and she started nod. That's right. I didn't do anything. And 𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒂 had fun with me. Right, 𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒕𝒂? She looked at 𝒉𝒃 with big puppy eyes. Of course, I had. After all, I have had some nice time with my beautiful and cute sister. 𝒉𝒃 said and smiled at her as he patted her on her head. That's great. I'm happy you both have had fun. Let's go buy the boots for 𝒉 and some other clothing, all right? All right. Yes. Ʃoᴏ sat down on the car seat and looked at the back seat to check if his sister was strapped. natsu was sitting on the back seat with her head leaning against the wall of the car and she was soundly asleep. He turned around and smiled a little. His mom started the car and drove out of the parking lot. Do we have everything you wanted? Yes, Ʃoᴏ. Alright, do you have any plan or expectation for what will we do for the rest of the day? Well, I was hoping that we could maybe stay at home and enjoy our time together there. 𝒃 thought about it for a moment and he was highly satisfied with the idea. You mean like we could talk, watch some movie, maybe play some game together? 𝒃's mom hummed in agreement. Something like that. Bake. Natsu shouted from the back seat and scared the two in the front. 𝒃's mom thankfully didn't turn the car in the wrong direction even though she winced. Natsu. You can't shout like that if we think you're asleep. An accident could have happened. I'm sorry, I won't do it again. Alright, let's leave this aside. What did you mean by baking, Natsu? 𝒃's mom asked with a warm smile on her face as 𝒃 looked at her. Right. I wanna bake together. Natsu shouted happily as her eyes started to sparkle again. Oh, you want to bake with me and mom? Yes. I want to bake with mom and 𝒃-chan, said Natsu happily and put her hand in the air. 𝒃 chuckled to himself and their mom smiled at her. Alright, we can bake if you want to. 𝒃's mom decided. Yay. Well, and the plan for the rest of the day is decided. 𝒃 said to himself and smiled as he looked outside of the window. They spent the rest of the day together. They baked an amazing vanilla cake even though in the process of baking the kitchen looked like they blew some kind of bomb. They enjoyed the day till the fullest. Watched some movies, talked about Natsu's schools and even called 𝒃's older sister. After they enjoyed all day together feeling absolutely happy, the day started to end. Natsu fell asleep on the cot and 𝒃's mom decided to go to bed. 𝒃 took his sister carefully in his arms and carried her to his bed so she would sleep with him. He took a bath and went straight to bed. As he fell asleep, the house submerged. Thank you for watching till the end. This was my first texting video, so I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was kind of boring, but this was meant as an introduction, first episode of the series that I will be working on from now on. I will be happy for any idea or advice that you would be willing to share with me in the comment. I promise that I will try my best to make this series interesting for you to watch, so I will change the basic idea of the story that I have in my head according to ideas that you will share with me as much as I will be able to. Also, I didn't decide on the ships yet, so you can write in comment the ship you want to be in this series. I will definitely decide on the main ship probably during work on episode 3. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for listening to this kind of unnecessary end. I hope you enjoyed your time watching this video.